Well, nationally, more than 20,000 children age out of foster care annually, including around 300 in Indiana. Benta Boutier sat down with the foster care mom and a couple young women living with her and shares their story.
A house tucked away in a suburb of Noblesville is filled with activity at 5:30 p.m. It's dinner time and leftovers are on the menu.
So is the carpet like we're going to take it home?
Sarah Michaels serves up pizza for two of her foster kids, Katia Marquez-Tandelaria and McCallister, both 18, and their children who are 1 and 2 years old. Michaels is focused on helping them transition out of foster care and care for their own children.
This one is her bed.
The Department of Child Services has a program which helps youth aging out get an apartment, but Michael says many young adults she works with need more individual support and guidance.
Where our system sometimes fails these older youth is we have this great concept of getting kids into apartments once they turn 18 years old. And the idea is to help kids live independently. But the problem is we've removed all their support systems. And I've seen so many children fail when they've been given an apartment and are now on their own.
Michaels wants to see DCS focus its efforts on making it easier to foster older youth. From 2020 to 2021, the number of foster homes available dropped by nearly 5% in the state.
The hardest thing is the homes that will take teenagers were always at capacity. And so we're consistently getting exceptions approved just to go above capacity.
She houses 3 older youth now and has housed more than 40 in her 6 years as a foster parent. She says it's not unusual for her to house 5 girls at a time. Marquez-Tandelaria and McCallister are participating in collaborative care with DCS, which is part of staying with Michaels. They'll officially age out at 21, but can voluntarily receive services until 23. Michaels wants to see kids receive help for longer, but McCallister says remaining in the system feels like DCS is hovering over her.
As we're 18 and we're growing out of the system and we're voluntarily staying here, they're trying to be more into our business instead of letting us be an adult, letting us learn by ourselves.
She says remaining in the system as a teen mom means she has to defend herself in a way most young mothers don't.
It's hard when you come from a family that has lost all their kids, is, addicts, everything else. Now they're doing the same thing to me, along with Charlie, just trying to get involved as much as they can no matter what.
She just finished high school and has a job. She was pregnant while in school and had to go to her doctor's appointments on her own. Marquez-Tandelaria and her 2-year-old moved in with Michaels in April. She says she left her family because she was being sexually abused by a relative. Now she's dealing with an added complication of immigration status. When she entered foster care, she found out she wasn't technically a U.S. citizen. She wants to attend college and work, but is waiting on a special juvenile immigration status to be approved.
I'm a stay-at-home mom, mostly because I can't really go to school without having to pay out of pocket. I can't get a job. The immigration is moving forward, but we've been waiting for 9 months when it usually would take a month, and it really has hit me really hard because it's really hard being in a situation and not feeling stuck.
Her dream is to be a pediatric nurse or a teacher. Michael says providing family support was more important than ever to young adults during the pandemic. The last 3 years saw the largest population of young adults ever move back in with their parents. Kids in foster care didn't have that option. And Michaels expects it will get harder to meet specific needs for people like McCallister and Marquez-Tandelaria as federal funding made available during the pandemic expires in September. Foster Success's Megan Tribble agrees. She says initially the number of youth struggling to afford necessities dropped because of extra funds available.
So now the youth are going to be feeling the effects of normal life again, and there are still the residual effects from the pandemic, that are still happening.
She added 25% of people who age out of foster care experience homelessness and are far less likely to earn a high school diploma in 4 years than their peers. Marquez-Tandelaria and McCallister are already beating the odds with the support of Michaels.
I think coming to Sarah's house was their first house where I know that it's not only going to be good in the beginning, just Sarah is such a wonderful person, and to have a foster parent who will give everything for you and treat you like their own.
For Indiana News Desk, I'm Benta Boutier.
According to DCS, 332 foster youth in the state received voluntary services in 2021. That's up from 266 the year before.